Rihanna is detailing the terrifying moment shots rang outside of her LA home earlier this year, reportedly screaming, "They're shooting at us," to her husband A$AP Rocky, according to new court documents.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to Buzz Lumen, your go-to spot for celebrity news. Do me a quick favor and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that too. Because after Cardi reportedly got disrespected during a restaurant situation, fans instantly started questioning whether this relationship is already turning toxic behind the scenes. And now social media is spiraling with theories that Cardi may feel like she's being played, embarrassed, or even strategically set up for internet attention, especially after clips, reactions, and side drama involving the BBL chef situation started exploding online at the exact same time. But honestly, the craziest part isn't even the argument itself. It's the way the internet immediately started connecting everything together. From Stefon Diggs' public behavior to Cardi's emotional reactions to people online warning that this entire situation could end badly if things keep escalating publicly. Because once Cardi started going viral for cursing people out and looking visibly frustrated in public, fans instantly noticed something felt off. And after bloggers, streamers, and reaction pages began breaking down the situation frame by frame, the conversation quickly became way bigger than celebrity gossip. Now people are debating loyalty, humiliation, clout, chasing, public embarrassment, and whether Cardi B is slowly realizing she may have attached herself to the wrong situation entirely. And honestly, some fans believe the warning signs were already there from the beginning. Okay y'all, this week has been wild because the other day a man got arrested outside of Chris Brown's home after allegedly trespassing on his property and trying to start a fire. According to reports, authorities say police were called to Chris Brown's Tarzana, California home Wednesday evening after a suspect was spotted attempting to get through the front gate. Law enforcement sources claim the individual allegedly climbed over Chris Brown's fence, made it onto the property, and then tried to ignite a fire near the house. Somebody at the residence reportedly saw the man outside trying to start the fire, stepped outside to confront him, and shortly after that officers arrived at the scene. The suspect was later taken into custody and arrested on trespassing charges. Now officials still haven't publicly identified the individual, but reports say the suspect was allegedly known by people connected to the property and had apparently caused problems over there at Chris Brown's house before. Now this incident marks the second recent security scare over at Chris's home. Thankfully nobody was injured and the investigation is still ongoing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Chris Brown and a lot of these celebrities seriously need to tighten up security because you don't want random people creeping around your yard. I mean seriously, do y'all remember what happened over at Rihanna's house a few months ago? But speaking of Ivana Ortiz, the woman who was over there trying to murk Riri, the other day she was back in court. Alright, so here's what happened. The other day Ivana Ortiz, the woman accused of trying to murk Riri, had her attorneys walk into court trying to convince the judge to pause the case, because they claimed their client was not mentally fit to stand trial. They raised concerns about her mental state and requested that the criminal proceedings be delayed while she underwent more evaluation. However, after further discussions in court, the judge ruled there wasn't enough evidence proving that this woman was incompetent. So according to the judge, this case is moving forward. Let me tell y'all something. I'm honestly glad whoever this judge is saw right through the BS from both this woman and her attorneys, because I personally believed before she even left her house, grabbed that AK, got into that Tesla, and drove over to Rihanna's house, she already had a backup plan in her head to plead insanity if she got caught. And that's why I think she left that weird trail online acting completely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, do I think she's fully sane? Absolutely not. I think she's clearly off, but not off enough to avoid standing trial.
Rihanna is detailing the terrifying moment shots rang outside of her LA home earlier this year, reportedly screaming, "They're shooting at us," to her husband A$AP Rocky, according to new court documents. The filing claims Rihanna woke her husband A$AP Rocky and shoved him to the floor inside an Airstream trailer parked outside their Beverly Crest home during the March incident as bullets struck the property. Prosecutors say nearly 10 shots hit the estate while their 3 children and Rihanna's mother were inside the main house, and that the couple later noticed bullet holes in the trailer's windshield. Authorities allege the suspected shooter, Ivana Lisette Ortiz, fled the scene before being arrested nearby, later facing attempted murder and multiple gun charges. Ortiz has reportedly denied the allegations in court, insisting she wasn't attempting murder, while Rihanna told police she did not know.
Now a lot of people thought Rihanna was probably jealous after they saw $AP Rocky over there talking to that white girl on the red carpet. But honestly, I don't think that was really the issue. What I think happened is this. The Met Gala was basically the first major time Rihanna had really been outside in the US after the pow-powing situation happened. And I feel like she was anxious, nervous, and uncomfortable being in that environment, even though she's attended events like that many times before, but this time felt different. She looked a little jumpy, a little on edge. Her head was constantly on a swivel, which honestly makes total sense because once something traumatic happens, places that once felt safe suddenly feel different. You start watching your surroundings more closely, looking over your shoulder, and you just don't feel as relaxed as you used to. And I think part of the reason she got upset with Rocky is because she needed him close by in that moment so she could feel secure and protected. But instead, this man kept wandering off talking to random white girls on the carpet. So while a lot of people assumed Rihanna was just jealous because Rocky was over there mingling and charming everybody, I don't think that's what it was at all. I think she was upset because he wasn't giving her the support and protection she needed that night. Alright, so the other night ASAP Rocky and Rihanna were spotted outside again heading to a friend's birthday party. And while they were walking into the venue, a lot of people noticed it still looked like there might be a little tension between them. For example, one person commented, "She's definitely going through something."
And Rihanna. ASAP! Love you, very fucking good. Oh my god. That's ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. That's Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. Oh.
Hey Rihanna, gorgeous today. Enjoy your day. Thank you guys. Enjoy the party. Keep ruining you. That's all I mean.
Yeah, I don't think there's trouble in paradise and I don't believe there's anything wrong with their relationship. What I think is happening is Rihanna changed after the pow-powing incident, and she's moving differently now. While Rocky isn't because he's more used to being in those kinds of environments. Rihanna isn't used to people spraying off weapons around her, whereas Rocky has spent way more time around street environments where stuff like that unfortunately happens. See, y'all gotta understand, when that woman allegedly showed up to her property and sprayed up the house while nearly putting her family in danger, that's gonna shake her to the core as a woman and as a mother, and it's gonna affect Rocky too, but in a different way because 1. Rihanna isn't used to that lifestyle, 2. Her maternal instincts are naturally gonna kick in, and 3. ASAP Rocky has been exposed to environments involving violence way more than Rihanna ever has. That's just reality. She didn't come up in that type of environment. She's been a billionaire for years now, while he's had a much rougher background in ways she hasn't. So it makes sense that she might be dealing with a little more PTSD after having her house sprayed up than he is. So what Rocky may want to start doing is stop walking 10 steps ahead of Riri all the time just so paparazzi can catch his outfit first, and instead stay beside his woman so she feels safe. Alright, so that brings us to the question of the day, and the question is this. I'm about to show y'all a picture of a yoga instructor and I want you to tell me whether this woman is sitting down or standing up. Source, can you show everybody the picture? Oh my goodness. Is this woman sitting or standing? Alright, so after people saw this picture, one person said, she's resting. Then somebody else said, she's cheating. That's what she is doing. And after that another person said, she is standing while sitting. Listen, let me know in the comments, is she sitting or standing? Okay, so now let's get into the BBL chef. After Cardi B and Stefon Diggs had that argument in the parking lot over in Maryland, the BBL chef posted a bunch of pictures of herself in the kitchen cooking, but while she was cooking, the real main dish looked like her BBL. Now after Plies saw what the BBL chef was over there serving up, he jumped online sounding real thirsty and hungry, talking about, oh boy, where can I find myself a chef?
I'm cooking now. I need the world to know. Got to make a show. Gotta let Stefon know. I'm cooking right now. I need the world to know. Yeah, need Stefon to know. Gotta let Cardi know that I'm cooking right now. All up in the kitchen, just got finished cooking. Saw you arguing, I think I can get back in. Cooking now. I need Stefon to know. I need Cardi B to know. I need the whole world to know.
I'm looking for me a show, dude. Anybody know where I can find a shelf, dude? Man, I'm looking for a shelf. A female shelf, though, dude. But you ain't even gotta know how to cook, dude. Bitch, you ain't gotta know how to cook, dude. I need a shelf, dude. ASAP, dude.
You can play around if you want to, but always remember when you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. Now you over there laughing, thinking it's funny, saying you need a chef, and in about 10 minutes she's gonna be knocking on your door, then 15 minutes later she's gonna have your black behind sitting in court. Alright, so after posting that clip, Plies hopped back online and wrote that the chef was about to land herself another job. She probably will too. You know why? Because y'all dudes never learn. Y'all so busy staring at the BBL that you completely ignore every red flag surrounding the BBL. But go ahead then, hire her. Let her move into your house, stay in the room upstairs and cook your hot dogs and see how that works out for you. Yeah, you're smiling today, but tomorrow you might be crying. Mark my words. Listen, let me ask y'all something. If you had thousands and thousands of dollars in extra disposable income, would you hire the BBL chef? Anyhow, less than 24 hours after Chef Ma dropped that video compilation of herself cooking in the kitchen with the BBL all over the screen, she uploaded another video of herself working out once again with the BBL all up in the camera.
I'm working now. I need the world to know. Got to make a show. Gotta let Stefon know. I'm working now. I need the world to know. Need Stefon to know. Gotta let Cardi know. Yeah, I'm working now. All up in the gym, just got finished cooking. Saw you arguing over there in Maryland. Think I could get back in. I need Stefon to know. I need Cardi B to know. I need the whole world to know.
You know what, damn you? Stefon Diggs, seriously, damn you. Now I understand why Cardi B was over there cursing folks out in front of that restaurant in Maryland. Because now that you messed around with this chick, we stuck with her. She is about to be posting videos every 5 minutes. Twerking in the kitchen, twerking in the gym. Oh my goodness. I'll never forgive you for this. Stefon, I mean that. I'm never forgiving you for this. Anyhow, after Cheyenne Bryant, who used to call herself a doctor even though she really wasn't one, got exposed on The Breakfast Club after admitting she attended school for a doctorate but apparently doesn't have transcripts, Eric Benty jumped online to let everybody know that even though she's not officially a doctor, he recently received his doctorate.
Hey y'all, from here on out, I want y'all to refer to me as Dr. Falsetto. I am an accredited, I have my doctorate in falsetto singing from the Milan School of Falsetto. It is an accredited school in Italy, but unfortunately they closed 2 years ago. So my PhD, there are no longer any records of my PhD. But let me explain something to some of y'all that are slow to understanding words coming out of the mouth as someone so intelligent as myself, because some of y'all are just slow and I don't give a if y'all don't believe me. See, I can sing such a high falsetto. I don't need a license or a PhD. I can sing, check this out. I can sing, you know, we all heard a middle C on the piano. I can sing a C that is so high, it is 50,000 hertz. It is not detectable by the human ear. Here we go, listen. This is gonna be a 50,000 hertz C. See, y'all didn't hear it because it was so high. And just because y'all didn't hear it, don't mean I didn't do it. Some of y'all are a little slow, and I ain't gonna explain this again. Refer to me as Dr. Falsetto. My real falsetto fans know.
Oh my goodness, I am absolutely loving Eric Benet this season, but what's crazy about Eric Benet is this, and honestly it's weird. Eric Benet made it all through the 90s, married Halle Berry, went through the 2000s and 2010s, and nobody even knew this man was funny. Then suddenly he pops out in 2026 and now all of a sudden this dude has personality. Who would have thought? Anyhow, speaking of Cheyenne Bryant, the other day she did an interview and the interviewer asked her about her degrees. She basically said she doesn't owe anybody proof because people are just jealous of her success. And on top of that, she claimed her proof is in the pudding because during her sessions with Shannon Sharpe and Cam Newton and others, she proved she knows what she's talking about. Now after she said that, a whole lot of people flooded the comments like, Sessions, what are you talking about?
Or why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees, and my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles, it's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live, for the most part. My sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharpe, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see, right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And they deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself, they deemed it as my work being effective. I'm effective at what I do. I'm educated and I'm successful in my lane, and I'll land on this, I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people see that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy. And you got to be okay. And you got to be okay with that in that
as an
space.
attack. But I think, and I've gotten this question from many viewers, and I owe it to them.
You
in
do.
Service to
Absolutely.
them. Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth that doctoral degree?
So I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book. So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And that's where, and you're standing by that.
Standing by it. Yeah, because I earned it. Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you.
Listen, you know what I think. I honestly think Cheyenne Bryant might need to go find herself a really good therapist. Anyhow, back to Eric Benty. After hearing what Eric Bennett had to say, somebody named Raha Euphoria jumped into the comments section and wrote, I laughed harder at this clip than Kevin Hart's whole roast. Yeah, a lot of people have been dragging that roast Netflix dropped on Kevin Hart because 1, there was a joke about George Floyd that many people felt was neither funny nor appropriate during the roast. And 2, a lot of viewers felt like some of those white comedians went way too far with the racial jokes. I mean, it got so bad that Michael Blackson has now spoken out about the roast.
What's up with the 20 Hitchcliff? It's a shame you're making fun of dead people. I don't make fun of the dead. I make fun of that are alive but looks dead. Like you horse teeth bitch. You born on Easter or your mother.
Alright, so similar to Michael Blackson, Joe Budden and his crew also had issues with Kevin Hart's roast. 1, because they thought it was super cringy, and 2, because they also didn't like that George Floyd joke. In addition to Michael Blackson and Joe Budden saying they weren't feeling the roast, other people like Michael Che from Saturday Night Live and also Pastor Jamal Bryant have spoken out saying the roast crossed the line. On top of that, some members of George Floyd's family are now publicly calling out Netflix and Kevin Hart.
George Floyd's family is disappointed that Kevin Hart still hasn't said anything about the joke that was aired during his Netflix roast. And now people in Minnesota are demanding an apology.
Kevin Hart and Netflix not saying anything about it is saying something about it.
In a statement, George Floyd's cousin Paris said that the impact of his death was global, stating, "I can't breathe" impacted the world, and it should not be made a mockery of.
Now we say grandma's looking down on you, right?
Yeah.
So when you say somebody's looking up, are you trying to insinuate that he is in hell? We have to be very intentional and listen to the words that these people are saying as they are trying to rewrite history.
Now, you may not remember, but Kevin Hart actually attended George Floyd's funeral.
You know what, man? It's not about me. I think it's more about just standing with the family, you know, in a moment like this. Just literally letting them know that they're not alone. We now have a job to do, which is elevate our voices, use our platforms, and really push the initiative for change.
There were jokes that were supposed to be in this show about Melania Trump, but they wouldn't allow that.
Okay, so as y'all can see, the backlash against Kevin Hart, Netflix, and everybody connected to that roast is definitely growing. Matter of fact, one person said, Kevin Hart famously never apologizes. Then somebody else wrote, Kevin Hart doesn't have a heart. And another person said, the entire roast should be removed from Netflix. And finally, somebody else simply called it racist. Now, like I said before, along with George Floyd's family speaking out, Pastor Jamal Bryant also had a few words. He said the Kevin Hart roast wasn't comedy at all. It was disrespect disguised as jokes. And in today's climate, allowing that kind of thing to slide basically sends a message of acceptance. Alright, so after Kevin Hart saw all the backlash, he decided to respond. But his response wasn't exactly what people expected, because Kevin ended up defending the white comedian Tony Hinchcliffe by saying he understood the assignment. Kevin Hart is finally addressing his Netflix roast and Tony Hinchcliffe's controversial George Floyd joke. And I can already tell you George Floyd's family probably won't appreciate what Kevin had to say. According to Kevin, roast culture is built around aggressive jokes without worrying about feelings, emotions, or consequences. Kevin said Tony understood exactly what a roast is supposed to be and described his comedy as relentless but funny. Now this is where the conversation starts getting deeper, because some people believe comedy should have absolutely no limits, while others believe certain subjects should never become punchlines. But you know something? Here's what I really want to know. If a joke is just a joke and a roast is just a roast and comedy is comedy, then why did Kevin Hart and Netflix reportedly go out of their way to remove 11 jokes about him and Sean Combs from the roast? Because Kevin and Netflix apparently didn't like those jokes. According to reports, several jokes about Diddy were removed from the archived version before the show aired, along with a bunch of other material. And according to comedy writer Madison Sinclair, there were plenty of jokes that never made the final cut because one of them involved Kevin cheating, and they allegedly didn't want that included because Kevin is very sensitive about the cheating scandal and feels it makes him look bad. Now, after Kevin Hart basically responded to George Floyd's family and everyone else with an attitude of it's a roast, what did y'all expect? A whole lot of people were like, actually we didn't expect much because like Cat Williams said, you're a plant.
I tried to tell y'all that Kevin Hart was a plant. Cause I keep burying him, he keeps springing back up, just like a plant. I did say that Kevin was a Hollywood puppet, and I want to explain that. Because it might not be what you think. I meant that the head of Netflix literally has his whole hand up Kevin's and can make him do anything.
Listen, I haven't watched the full roast myself. I've only seen clips floating around online, but if y'all watched it, let me know. Did the roast go too far? Was it overly racist? And also, do y'all think Kevin Hart owes George Floyd's family an apology? And last but not least, was Cat Williams right when he called Kevin Hart a plant? At this point, the internet is completely divided over what's really happening between Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. Some people think the public drama is being blown way out of proportion and that fans are reading too deeply into normal celebrity relationship tension. Others believe Cardi's reactions lately are exposing something much more serious happening behind the scenes emotionally. Because once relationship problems start turning into viral public moments, social media usually makes everything 10 times worse. Every facial expression gets analyzed. Every argument becomes a headline. Every awkward interaction turns into a conspiracy theory online. And unfortunately for Cardi and Diggs, that's exactly where this situation seems headed right now, especially with bloggers, live streamers, and reaction channels constantly adding fuel to the fire every single day. Now fans are watching closely to see whether Cardi B eventually addresses the situation directly, or if more embarrassing moments continue surfacing online involving Stefon Diggs and the people around him. But one thing is definitely clear. The internet doesn't think this story is over yet. Let me know down in the comments, and while you're there dropping your thoughts, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Hey yo, thanks for tuning into The Sauce, your source for celebrity news, peace, interviews.